All of America's richest started as small business owners. They went from SMB to industry tycoons, and here's how you can apply what grew their businesses to your business. Debbi Fields didn't have a business degree, she didn't have startup capital, and she didn't have support. What she did have was a cookie recipe and something to prove. She was a 20-year-old young housewife in Palo Alto, California, and people just referred to her as Steve's wife. And that drove her crazy. And she decided to change that narrative with cookies. So she scrapped together a $50,000 loan and opened a tiny storefront, Mrs. Fields Chocolate Chippery. Concept was simple. She served freshly baked chocolate chip cookies, just like the ones you take at home, nothing mass produced. But one day, not a single customer walked in. Her husband had a bet she couldn't make $50 a day. So she picked up her tray of cookies, walked out the door, and started handing out free samples. And it worked. They made $75 that day, and that was the start of it all. But early on, the business was chaos. She over-ordered ingredients, she misjudged on volume, underpriced the product, and almost ran out of cash in a few months. But she stuck with it. She cut costs, she started hiring better, she trained harder, and focused on the customer. Then came her next big problem: growth. Scaling food is hard and quality dips really fast. And she refused to franchise at first because she didn't feel she could control the customer experience. She built her own systems, created her own proprietary training, and sent her own ghost shoppers to make sure everything was running the way she deemed it should. Cookies sat out for more than 2 hours, they got tossed. And that obsession with freshness became her edge. By the mid-1980s, she had hundreds of stores around the world, and she hit a peak revenue of $300 million per year. But her expansion brought another problem, which was complexity. She moved into muffins, ice cream, coffee, and she tried to turn it into a full bakery chain. The debt piled up and operations got sloppy. And in 1993, she had to sell a controlling stake in the company. She stayed on as a salesperson, but she learned the hard way to focus on your core product and your core mission. And here's what you can take from it: is one, start scrappy. She got her start by walking the streets, handing out free samples. Number two, don't outsource quality. She built systems before she scaled. Number three, know when to say no. Not every product line needs to exist. And number four, control the experience or risk the brand. So follow us for more of America's Richest and more about our favorite topics, buying and growing small businesses.